Have you ever tried to access a website only to be greeted by an error? If yes, then there is a chance that the website had been attacked using a method called DDoS. A denial of service attack is one that denies service. That means it attempts to make the server unable to reply to requests, rendering it useless. It is done by spamming the server with garbage requests at a rate that it overwhelms it, all from a single computer. IP addresses differentiate connected computers from one another, and they can either belong to a single computer, a node, or many computers, a network. You might see how it is easy to block this kind of attack. Since it only comes from a single source, a simple firewall rule to deny requests from that address is a very simple fix. That is why hackers came up with the idea of DDoS. They made the attack distributed, meaning many computers in different networks, all with different IP addresses. If they all send packets at the same time, and the server has no way to tell them apart from legitimate users, then there is a problem. Service might slow down or stop completely. This army of computers is called a botnet. If you, for whatever reason, happen to become a victim of one, all you have to do is restart your internet router to get a new IP address. For commercial servers though, they're out of luck. Because of the way DNSs work, special servers have to keep records of the domains. The coms, orgs, TVs, and server IPs have to be static and not change every time they are connected to the internet. But how do they get access to so many computers at once? Free Robux. Seriously, malware is the most common way botnets are formed. There are subcategories of DDoS attacks depending on the packets being sent to the server. The internet uses many protocols. All you need to know is that if you want to make sure that someone receives your data, you have to use TCP. If you do not care about the integrity of the data but need speed, then use UDP. Volume-based attacks. These aim to saturate the bandwidth of the target site. An example is the UDP flood. Imagine a fire hose blasting water into a pipe that's meant for a garden hose. A UDP flood works similarly by sending a huge number of user datagram protocol packets, UDP, to random ports on the target machine. The target tries to process each packet, but there is too much data coming in that it can't keep up. Protocol attacks. These consume server resources, making the target unavailable. An example is the SYN flood. Imagine someone repeatedly knocking on your door, but never coming in. Every time you go to answer it, there is nobody there. A SYN flood works by exploiting the TCP handshake process. The attacker sends a large number of SYN requests, the initial part of the handshake, but never completes the handshake. This leaves the server with half-open connections, using up resources and eventually preventing legitimate users from connecting. Application layer attacks. These target the application layer, where web pages are generated and delivered. An example is the HTTP flood, which mimics legitimate user behavior to make it harder to detect. Imagine a busy restaurant where a bunch of fake customers come in, order meals, but never actually eat them. They just sit there and keep ordering more. An HTTP flood mimics this behavior by sending seemingly legitimate HTTP GET or POST requests to a web server. Attacking any network or part of that you do not own is illegal, so don't do it. Thank you for watching and stay safe.